Kathy Hill, that is some pass. It's set Mia Macaulay away.
What is the goalie doing, Tam? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. And Rangers have won thanks to a goal that Joey Barton would be proud of. So it was the Scottish Women's SWPL Cup. I think it's their version of the Scottish League Cup, I believe. It's like it's not the biggest Scottish cup in the women's game, but it's like the secondary cup. Rangers were playing Partick Thistle in the final. Did I watch it? No, of course not. I'd rather do anything than watch that. But I did check out that great goal there from the 17-year-old, where she put in this like wonder strike past a very formidable goalkeeper. Who was in nets? Was it Buffon? I don't know, it might have been Buffon, or maybe it was just a buffoon. How about that? A fucking buffoon, because that goalkeeping is absolutely terrible. We can laugh, we can joke. I'm sure Joey Barton, if he sees that, he will be criticising it. But, I mean, the standard of women's football is atrocious. I cannot watch it. I cannot pretend to care about it. I don't think I'll ever like it. And I get it. It's mainly for women and girls that want to play football, I guess. And I suppose if you're a father and you have a daughter that wants to play football, then maybe you can get into this here. And maybe one day I could be in that situation and I could have a different opinion on women's football. But I've just never really cared for it. I've tried to get into it. I've tried to like it. But it really is like watching a horrible standard of the game we know. I mean, we say sometimes like, oh, League 2 is a bad standard, or San Marino's a bad standard. I mean, the San Marino, it's crazy that the San Marino's men's team, the men's San Marino team, they would smash. If you combined the best 11 women footballers in the world and you put them into an 11 and they took on the San Marino 11, I mean, it's not even funny, the scoreline. I mean, San Marino men would win by about 20-0, and that's probably if they were taking it easy. If they wanted to go and to try hard mode, then God knows what scoreline they would win. But yeah, that goalkeeper, I don't know what they were doing. It's like they ran out to try and close down the gap because they were never getting to the ball. So I don't know what they were running out for. But then like they're not even they're like sitting at the side of the goal. They're like so far to the left hand side. It's like what are they doing? And I mean, the strike's not great. The strike's not placed. I mean, this isn't even Sunday League standard here. It's not. But anyway, I'm not going to rant about it. Let's give it some praise. Rangers women have won the Scottish League Cup. Well, we'll call it the Scottish League Cup. No, what's it called? The SWPL Cup. Yeah, so the SWPL Cup. Rangers have won 4-1 against Partick Thistle in the final. So, I mean, fair play to them. I think Rangers were always going to win this. It was kind of one-way traffic. Partick Thistle supposedly did put up a good fight. I mean, they tried, but I mean, really, the women's game is dominated by 3 teams, and unless you're either Glasgow City, Rangers, or Celtic, the chances of you winning a cup or winning a league is pretty non-existent right now. So yeah, there's a huge gap. I'm not too sure why. I was looking at previous winners and results and things like that, and Hibernian used to win a lot of these trophies. The Hibernian women's team used to be pretty good. Now, I don't know when Rangers and Celtic's women's team were created, but I'm going to assume that it wasn't that long ago, because this is the first time that Rangers have won this cup. And I just think that if Rangers were around longer, then they would have probably won it a lot more. So I'm not exactly sure when the Rangers and women's team actually were created. I think it was maybe in the last, decade? Because I know you got Glasgow City, and it was like a combination of them both, and then they decided to branch out, and Celtic went their way, Rangers went their way. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, why settle for having one big team in the league when you can have 3? So, yeah, it's probably a lot better for the women's game that there's a Rangers and a Celtic women's side. I 100% agree with that. But, yeah, I just can't really watch this and pretend that it's like a great goal or, it was a great final. It wasn't. Fair play to the Rangers women. They got the win. 4-1 against Partick Thistle. I mean, that's pretty much all I've got to say. So, yeah, I'll give a little bit of credit. We don't really talk about women's football on this channel, but since it was a cup final, plus it's international break, not really a lot else to talk about, to be honest. Yeah, so Scotland up next, Northern Ireland. Have to beat Northern Ireland. I'm never going to be Steve Clarke out. Steve Clarke has, I think, turned Scotland around. He's got us believing that we can actually do things now. So it would take a lot for me to be Steve Clarke out, and there's no way that I'm going to say the guy should be out before the Euros. He 100% goes to the Euros, but if we do not beat Northern Ireland, then, you know, maybe it is time to worry, because that would be, 7 games now without a win? And I don't even want to think about that, but we're so much better than Northern Ireland, then I think we will beat them. I mean, I would say there's more chance of this Rangers women's side beating the men's side than there is Northern Ireland beating Scotland. That's how much I think we're above Northern Ireland. So, yeah, guys, there you go. Rangers women have won the SPL, or SWPL Cup, against part-time Partick Thistle. Catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.